Today we are going to be repairing these window screens. As you can see, they have lots of holes and damage to them, so we're going to remove the spline and the screen and get it replaced. And to do that, we're going to use a handful of different tools. The first is this spline. We'll also use the replacement screen, as well as the splining tool. To get started, we're first going to remove the spline, and to do that I'm using a putty knife here just to get into the groove so I can start to peel out part of the spline. Once you get it off in one of the corners, then you can start to pull it and pull it all of the way off. Now if your spline is in good condition, you could probably reuse it, but since I have a big roll of it, I'm just going to replace all of the spline that I have on my windows. Once you have all of the spline off, then it's time to rip off the window screen itself. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. And here I am just using the putty knife so that way I can get into the groove to get some of the window screen off, because some of it is sticking in the little grooves itself. So I'm just using that to help pry it out. And now I'm going to just clean off the screen since it's pretty dirty. That I'm using is this right here, and it comes with the little instructions of how to do it. So pretty straightforward of what we got to do. So first thing to do is measure out how much we need. You want to measure a little bit more than what you need because you want to have access to work with, and then we'll cut it all off at the end. We want to start in one of the corners with the spline. Two sides of the spline tool. This one has kind of a little bit of a divot in the middle, and then this side is more pointed. Just like that, it's already going in there. So I'm using the side that has the divot in it so that way I'm not cutting the spline. And I'm just doing a quick pass right now, and then I'll come back in when I'm done just to make sure that it's in there good. You want to also be pulling it tight. I haven't pulled it tight quite yet because I need to do that on the last two sides, but you do want to make sure that you're pulling tight so that way the screen isn't loose. once you get to the end.
just cut it off. And now I'm going to go around one more time, just really pushing it in there. Make sure that it's nice and tight. And now we're just going to cut the rest of this off. I'm going to do that with the razor blade. Nice new screen. Now we've got two screens. As you can see, this all needs to be repaired. This needs to all be re-caulked. Looks like a lot of the caulk is falling off. That's the worst part. Over on the other windows, it's not quite as bad, but I'm still just gonna go ahead and caulk all the way around all of the windows. So that way it's done and good.
And now I'm finishing up with all of the windows, so stay tuned for my next video where I try to replace or repair this wall where this ironing board was.